Hi, welcome to our Pharma Topics channel. Let us know about gene mapping, which is very important in cell biology. It refers to identification of location of genes in different chromosomes. There are two types of genetic mapping. One is a linkage map and physical map. The genetic or biochemical markers represent the phenotypes and they are useful in genetic mapping. So let us see some examples. The gene 1 and gene 2 are very closer to each other in the and present in the same chromosome. They are called linked genes. If the gene 1 and gene 2 are present separately in different chromosomes, they are unlinked genes. This example is gene 1 and gene 2 are located far away from each other in the same chromosome. Then also they are unlinked genes. If you study about these, this is called gene mapping. So uses of genetic mapping, it is useful in medical genetics. Cloning of the genes is useful to know about the disease and reveal the molecular mechanism behind it. For example, cystic fibrosis gene was located at chromosome 7A and it was found that there is a defect in the chloride channel responsible for the disease. So it gives the information regarding inheritance of disease to the offspring also. So methodology in genetic mapping, the family studies or crossbreeding techniques are followed in gene mapping. The first gene map was constructed in Drosophila, a fruit fly. In case of humans, pedigree technology is used, that is history of family history is useful for gene mapping. They use a tree or chart or symbols and lines to represent the patient's genetic family history. They represent the recombination frequency with logarithm of odds score. A LOD score of greater than 3 represents the two genes are closely located, and LOD score of 1 to 2 represents the two genes are study genes are far apart. So let us see about linkage mapping. The concept of this was developed by Morgan, student of Morgan Alfred H. Stuyvesant in the year 1913. And the distance between the genes is represented as map distance. One map unit is also called centimorgan, which is in the honor of his that is T.H. Morgan. Let us see, there are four genes A, B, C, D, and A and B are far apart with 3.5 centimorgans, which represents 3.5% recombination frequency. So then in the linkage map, let us take example of different genes and the different locations. The crossover techniques are used. One is a two-strand double crossover, three-strand double crossover, or four-strand double crossover. When they recombine, there are possibilities. The far apart genes easily separate. They recombine. They cause recombinations. But the genes which are closer, they don't recombine frequently. So that is the concept behind this. The model followed for checking the recombination frequency is a Holiday junction model, and recombination frequency is a number of recombinants by number of offsprings into 100. Let us know about physical mapping. It uses molecular biology techniques to identify the position of a gene on a chromosome. Blood from the family members are collected from those who are having disease and those who are not having disease. The DNA sequence patterns are studied between the diseased and non-diseased family histories, and they come to a conclusion out of this. The genetic markers can be studied by in situ hybridization technique. Let us see about fluorescent in situ hybridization technique. So here a probe is which is complementary to the target gene is designed. Probe is a short sequence of nucleotides. So it is complementary to the target gene which is to be identified, taken from a tissue, and the probe is actually labeled with a fluorescent dye. Let us say they take the chromosome 2 and they study, and this probe is attaching to the complementary sequence. Then it gives a fluorescence. With this, they confirm this gene is present in this chromosome. Later, the next technique is a somatic cell hybridization. So here the human cells are taken. Here I have given an example. One is thymidine kinase positive and one gene is knocked out which is HGPRT negative, and mouse cells are taken and that is having one gene knockout, but opposite of those which is in the humans, that is thymidine kinase is knocked out and it is having only HGPRT. When they are fused together, it leads to formation of hybridomas. So the cells survive only when they fuse and they acquire both the genes for cell division. So there are possibilities the entire mouse chromosome gets deleted. There are possibilities the entire human chromosome gets deleted or partially also. So in this, the hybridoma cells with only human chromosomes are taken for the study and they are cultured continuously. So you get the different cell lines. So let us take a G1, which is a gene, and when they culture, it is it is present in A cell line, C cell line, and E cell line, and G2 is present only in the D cell line. So next is G3. If you take this case, it is also present in A cell line and C cell line and E cell line. So this gives a relationship between these two genes. If they study the chromosomes, so chromosome 1 is having only, it is representing only in the A cell line. Chromosome 2 is reflected in all the cell lines, A cell line, C cell line and E cell line. And chromosome 3 is reflected only in the C cell line. So from this they come to a conclusion that G1 and G3 are present in chromosome 2. So this type of technique is somatic cell hybridization. I hope it is a useful information for you in cell biology. Thank you for listening. Happy learning. Kindly share this to more of your friends. Kindly subscribe to our Pharma Topics channel. If you like this video, kindly press the like button. Put your comments, if anything, in the comment section. Thank you.